Hello everyone. I thought I would do a video and just kind of go over some thoughts and feelings that went on today. I realized something again, not realized this for the first time. This is something I've seen. And it's nothing necessarily like against my company at all. It's not like that. It's just a business thing. And it seems to me that at a certain point, when you want quality, high-end quality, it's really difficult to either produce, to make, to find vendors, people to do it. But in addition to that, and what people are willing to pay, there seems to be something fundamental in business that in general, and a large percent, it's hard to get past a point of quality. It just doesn't work to go well above and beyond. To go above and beyond is I consider just kind of like, that's just good business. But to really go that next level, it just seems like all business in general is set up to really not encourage that hardly at all. There's a fine line between, I don't know where it is, but there's a line where hitting that point is like almost a brick wall. Or in every business, it's a point of diminishing returns. I kind of get that, but it's something else. And there's not businesses, most, and I would say when I say most, I mean like 95% or more, are just not designed or set up to go to the exquisite level of quality. It's in the fundamental design of business and philosophy. And I don't know where that point is, where it goes beyond what makes sense, but you just want to do it because you feel like it's the right thing to do. In fact, that goes where part of me, I'm a little bit of an idealist when I've taken personality tests. I'm a ENTJ, and I'm not a dreamer, but I can be a little bit of an idealist. And I just think things should be doable and okay to have done properly. And it's so hard to find, and it just seems to be in the design of things. It's like the 80-20% type of thing. You can work, I'm going to get this wrong, but you can get 80% of the benefits with a certain amount of energy, and you can get to 80% perfection. But then to get to that other 20%, it can take as much energy to get that extra 20% as it did to get to 80%. And I had a business, and my philosophy was extremely high quality, things that people will never see or know. Even though I would say them, the customers have no idea of all the little things that went into it. It's not their fault. There's no way they could know. Neither could other coworkers or colleagues. I know the things that I was doing, and some of it I did not get paid back for, or it did not make financial sense. But I did it because I wanted things to be done a certain way, and it's a level that's up here. And I had very special customers. I love my customers, and they were a very unique customer, and there's a certain amount that even they were willing to pay before it gets to be not worth it. So I hope this is making sense. I'm just finding that it's somewhere in with business, there's a line where to get extremely beautiful, wonderful quality service, or of anything you're getting, a product, it's really hard to get. I think of the 1800s. I love the late 1800s, and it's not because it was so perfect. It most certainly was not, but I do have a very special connection with the 1800s, late 1800s specifically. And I wonder if that's when I do know that that's when a lot of things changed. And I wonder if what I'm talking about started then, or if it's getting worse. It most certainly is getting worse. You can see it in products all over the place. I've got products that I've bought for years. Same brand, same model and everything. Same price, kind of. They're going up a little bit. But there's little things like stitching in some of my pants that I've worn for a long time, and shirts, where they were double stitched, now they're single stitched. Instead of a metal clasp button, there's a plastic sewn in button. Little things like that. You know, I'm a guy for quality, and I catch that. It's not lost on me when someone takes the extra little effort to make things. I also notice when it starts to get cut. And it's just a business thing, and another personality type, a person who has a personality type that's the same as mine, it's Elon Musk. And I'm most certainly no genius, and him and I, we don't agree on some things the same, and I don't know him personally, but I watch the way he does things and I relate with him. I think many of the things that he does is not necessarily because of money. That's part of it, but it's not that. He goes beyond that, and it shows in the things that he does and that he accomplishes, the products that he makes. He goes for it, and it wasn't just because it made the most financial sense or it made the most logical business sense. He's pushing. He is the exception of most of what I'm talking about, and I like that a lot, and I hope it works. That guy's going to develop. He already has. He'll continue to develop things that we're going to really look back on someday. But he's the exception, and I mean, I'm talking like a tiny percent, maybe 1% of the companies. And it's not like just because he's been successful with it, it's because of his philosophy. It's very rare. It's very unique. At least that's the opinion I have by watching him. I think I understand him a little bit and why he pushes the way that he does. He's going for something. And I was thinking today as I was driving, which is a great time for things like this, some of these people that do things that don't necessarily make sense or financial sense, they are sometimes looking at the bigger picture, I think. And I don't want to speak for anyone, but I feel like, say Elon Musk, he's probably not doing and getting the things that he actually really wants. He wants to take it to another level than what we're seeing. But finance is limited. Even with him, there's limited finances, and there's a limit of what people are willing to pay. So he pushes himself beyond to make up this difference. I think he's got something bigger that satisfies him, because he's really never going to be able to reach what he really actually wants his products to be. He's wanting to do something else and something bigger. And that's what I think drives him to continue. Otherwise, it could be disappointing, which is where I've fallen into the disappointment category. It's one reason I sold the business. I just found I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it and make a nice living, to not have to worry about things. Certain businesses maybe, and I know there's those that are the exception, I can't help but think, but Rolls-Royce is so cliche. But I think they've continued to make high quality vehicles. Chris Craft, that's a good example. Chris Craft, actually. I used to have a Chris Craft boat. It wasn't one of the big yachts or anything like that, but the quality was exceptional. Every little thing they did was just above and beyond. And the larger boats they built, they've stopped doing them because it didn't make financial sense. So they figured it out. That's what I'm talking about. What is it in that line where they were building these beautiful boats, exquisite, cutting really mostly no corners, but it wasn't financially viable, and they stopped building those and they stuck with the smaller boats. We're like on this path of craftsmanship not mattering as much, the quality of things slacking, the dollar, or simplifying it to say it's just the dollar or the greed, but it kind of is. It's taking over the heart and the soul of what businesses can do, and what I think most of them started with in the first place. Anyway, that's a long, drawn out ramble, but it got me today because I've thought of this before. I experienced it in my business, and it frustrates me. It's sobering. It's disappointing why things can't be done at a higher level and it be sustainable. And it's a bit disappointing to me that in general the public won't pay for it. And we can't, actually. Not only that, we can't. There's a lot of things I'd love. I'd love a Tesla. I would love a Tesla. I have a Tacoma, and I love my Tacoma. That's another high quality vehicle that doesn't seem to have sold out. Toyota. But I would love a Tesla. I love the idea of an electric vehicle. I think we're going the right way with that. And beautiful and fast and functional and well built, all in one, but they're expensive. And so that's part of this. But anyway, yeah, just I would like to see that all of us who are willing to work harder and go above and beyond, can be paid for that in a system that works and encourages it. Whenever I had my company, it was not large or anything like that, but I always would do things for anyone that was helping me, not because it made me more money or they would make sure they come back. It was just really the right thing to do because I could. Like lunches, when I got lunches, they were great. Local, lots of time, locally farmed, organic. It was expensive, but it was a quality lunch when we would do lunch. Time, I never nitpicked their time, and I would never take advantage of them driving if they went further than normal. I tried to take care of them. And a lot of companies, a lot out there, they seem to have lost some of that philosophy, and they're taking as much as they can. Oh gosh, this has gone 14 minutes, so this is too long. Anyway, man, I rambled on. If anyone has any ideas about when, out of curiosity, when did we start to go down this slope of quality dropping? And I'm a business person. I'm an employee right now, and I love it. And I don't want to own a company right now. But I'm a businessman in general. I was selling things when I was a kid. My mom said I was 4, and I was selling things to my neighbors, buying things at garage sales and selling them to my friends, and selling things to make room for Christmas gifts and stuff like that. It's in my blood. It's in the way I am. And I like to think that businesses can do good. They aren't just about someone being greedy trying to make a lot of money. There's certainly that. I get that. But there's more to it. And not all businesses and not all business owners are thinking simply of the money. They want to do something better than that. So it's not all greed, but greed seems to have really taken hold. And it's just disappointing. I guess that's just what I'm saying. It's disappointing. I wish we could turn that around. I don't know what the answer is to that, but if you've got any ideas, I would love to start that. Whatever that is to stop this decline. We need to fix that. We're in trouble. We got some junk coming out. And if we keep buying it and think it's okay, and if we keep putting up with the way my company's great. I'm not talking about mine, but I've seen others, and I've worked for companies that didn't treat me right. If we put up with it, then why would they change? If we don't like what we're getting paid, then we shouldn't stay if we try to ask them for more or what we think we deserve. We shouldn't complain about it. We should go talk to them. And but if we're buying products that are half rate, then it's hard to blame the company if we keep buying it. We need to have some standards and not buy some of this stuff. Don't support some of these companies that are going the wrong way, but that's a whole other thing. But I'm just wondering, why is it like that so bad? And when did it really start? I'm thinking my favorite times, late 1800s, early 1900s. And I really don't even like to think that, because really the late 1800s are a special time to me. Everything from the 1800s I love. Okay, my goodness, this is long. particularly the wood. The art in everything that was done was amazing. But the wood, I think, and I'm an arborist, I work the trees, and I don't want to be all hokey too much here, but there's an energy. It's fact. There's an energy in trees. There's electricity. There's an energy. They hate. That's not being hokey. That's a fact. I think the energy of people and the heart and the passion they put into making something, or what the wood and the products around it absorbs it, and it radiates that like a fire. And I feel an energy around things that were made with wood, wood structures. It's the only thing that I can think of a building material that was alive and doesn't necessarily have a terrible ending with it. Trees can be farmed properly and harvested properly, so I do think it's one of the best resources. Oh my goodness, what's going on and on? Okay, this was a long one. So my point is to think about, when did the quality of craftsmanship and the value of like doing things and putting effort into high quality things that we made, machines, art, when did that kind of start really going down, and why is it going down so steep, and what could we do to pull it up, hopefully kind of bring it back? And what do y'all think about wood? Do y'all think it has an energy that it radiates back? I don't even think that's silly to actually think. I think that it does. And I do believe businesses can do wonderful things with the right people at the helm, with the right intentions, and we should support those that are doing the things that we believe in. All right, I will let you go with that. Oh my word, that was 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut that back. Hope you all have a great week, and I'll be making another video here soon.